Hi guys, it's me Louis and welcome to a new video on Entrepreneur Campfire. In this week's video, we're going to wrap up our series on how to set up your own Shopify store for Malaysian sellers. So if you've been following my tutorial in the last couple of weeks, you would have learned how to set up your own Shopify store by setting up a free trial, a product page, collection pages, customizing a theme, adding a payment gateway, as well as configure shipping for your customers. So in this week's video, we're going to tie up all the loose ends and look at some of the final areas you need to configure before launching. So if you're ready to kickstart your e-commerce business, let's get right into it. So although we have done quite a bit of work setting up the Shopify store in the last couple of weeks, there's still a little bit more that we need to do before we can launch the store and start selling to our customers. And one of the areas that we really need to look at are the legal areas. A lot of people, actually a lot of new sellers might not know this, but in order to legally sell online in many countries, you need to make sure that you have a few legal pages ready on your store. And these are the terms and conditions, privacy policy, as well as your refund policy. Without these, you might run into some trouble later. The process for setting these pages up inside Shopify is pretty straightforward. All you need to do is go to settings, go under legal. Okay, this is where you find all your legal pages. Okay, so you can see, as I mentioned, refund policy, privacy policy, and terms of service. Okay, so these are currently empty. Oh, sorry, and one more is shipping policy. Okay, so 4 pages you need to set up before you start selling to customers. Okay, so currently these pages are blank. You have 2 options for setting up these pages. The first way is, of course, writing them from scratch. If you have some information ready, for example, for your refund policy, privacy policy, terms and conditions, as well as shipping policy, you can always paste them here. But if you're new and you don't actually know what information to put, and one way to do it quite easily is by creating them using Shopify's template generator. Okay, so what you have to do is just click on Create from Template. Okay, so and then you'll see here all the information that most e-commerce stores would include on their store. What you have to do here is to modify the information as required. As you can see here, they've included a 30-day return policy. If it doesn't apply to you, make sure to change it to maybe 14 days or 7 days. It depends on you. Okay, so you scroll down. Okay, there's a section on damages and issues. What happens? Okay, what if your customer receives a product that's not exactly as described, or there's some issues with the product? What do you do then? Okay, and then exceptions and returns and so on. Okay, so it's up to you here to modify it accordingly, but make sure not to just upload this and publish it as it is. Okay, so because this is a very general refund policy, it may not apply to your store, and if you publish it as it is and it doesn't actually apply to your store, you're going to be in big trouble when customer comes and asks for a refund on something based on your policy. Okay, so moving on, you see here, same thing here, privacy policy. Of course, you can get a lawyer to do this for you, or if you don't have that, you can create one from the template. So it really depends on how you want to do this. Okay, so generally speaking, this should be enough. But if you have a site where there's some special ways that you're collecting data, make sure to include that in. Okay, so again here you have to make sure that the information isn't published as is. Try to take a look at all the details and make sure to add in anything that you collect. For example, if you're using some analytics software and you're collecting some data, then make sure to put that in here as well. Okay, and then moving on, we'll see for the terms of service page as well. You can create this from the template. Okay, so again, you wanna review the information here to see if it fits your store, and if not, modify it accordingly. Okay, The only one that you can't create from template is the shipping policy. So you can include, but this is pretty straightforward. So I wouldn't think that it's that difficult to create a shipping policy. So what you want to include here are information on how many days it would take to reach specific countries, and what countries you ship to, what countries you don't ship to. Maybe some indication on cost if you would like that. Okay, but this is pretty much straightforward. Okay, so once you've completed all of this, make sure to save it. Okay, so now the legal pages for your store is set up, and if you've done a proper job of modifying all the information inside, you would unlikely have a problem when your customer comes and asks for a refund, or if somebody just wants to understand how you're using their data, or if somebody wants to get to know if you're shipping to their country, if you're shipping to their state, to their home, and how much it costs, or how long it will take to reach them. Okay, so now that you have set up all your legal pages, now let's look at some other pages you want to set up for your store before you launch it. Okay, so to set up other pages, go to online store. Okay, so under online store, you want to navigate to pages. Okay, so here is where you can add additional pages to your store. So here I would really recommend setting up at least one page for your About Us. Okay, so About Us would give your customers an idea of your company, your business, and increase the trust factor for your store. Okay, the other page that you want to set up is the Contact Us page. In fact, a Contact Us page is also legally required. So minimum of these two pages before you launch the store. Okay, so to set up the About Us page, just click on Add Page. Okay, so you can put here About Us. Okay, then just include all the information about your business, introduce or even like add some pictures here, up to you. Okay, so anything that you think your customers might appreciate knowing. Okay, so very important here is to look at the template section. You actually have two templates with this theme. Okay, so it depends on the theme that you're using. So for this particular theme, we have two different templates. So you want to go for the basic page template. The page.contact usually is reserved for the contact page. So if you choose that template, then a form would show up. You don't want that for your About Us page or any other non-contact Us pages. Okay, so make sure this is toggled. So once your information is ready, so click on save. Okay, so once this page is set up, you want to go back and set up your Contact Us page. Okay, so add page. Okay, so put here Contact Us. Okay, so different from the About Us page, like I mentioned, you want to change the template for the Contact Us page to this. Okay, page.contact. So that's the template you want to use, because once you use that, then a basic form will show up. All right, so let's save it and let's take a look at how it looks on the front end. All right, so even though we've not added any information here, if we view the page, you'll see that we have a contact form here with name, email, phone number, and a message. Of course, if you want to modify this, you have to do a bit of coding or you install an app. But for most stores, this is more than enough. Okay. All right, so that's about it for setting up the other non-legal pages for your store. The question now is, once you've set up all these pages, how are we going to display it on your store? Okay, so if we go back to the store, we don't see it here. Okay, we don't see it anywhere where we can find the contact form or anything like that. Okay, so the way we do this is by adding these pages to your navigation. Okay, so how do you add pages to your navigation? This means navigation here in the header, or here in this case a sidebar. Okay, so the menu shows up here, and then maybe you also want to show it at the footer. Okay, so how do you do this? Go back to your store and then click on under the same tab, online store, navigate to the navigations tab. Okay, so you see normally you will have the default menus, the main menu as well as the footer menu. If you want to create more menus, it's up to you, but most of the time these two are enough. Okay, main menu usually main menu is the one that appears on top. Okay, so it can in for this theme it appears on the side, but most of the time it will appear on the top. Okay, and this footer menu refers to the one at the bottom. Okay, so here you have that. Okay, so we don't want to have we don't want to just have these links here. So normally for all of the pages we set up, we want them all in the footer and some of them in the header. Okay, how do we do that? So go back again. Okay, so let's configure the main menu first. Okay, so as you can see, main menu we have home, catalog, which if you go to the store you'll see the same thing here. Okay, home and catalog. These are fine, but if you want to set up like a specific collection you want to show, just click on menu and look for the collection. Okay, so I have shirts collection. I'll just add that in and add it to the menu. Okay, so maybe I don't want this catalog. It seems a little bit unnecessary at this point, and maybe I want to add my about page. Okay, so just navigate, it's all here. Okay, pages and about us. Okay, but in case you don't want to do that, you could also just search for it, about us. It will already show up like that. Okay, very easy to do in Shopify. All right, so just save that. Okay, and then go back to your store, refresh it. Okay, and you can see that these items are changed. All right. Okay, so in the case where you want to put in some drop down menus, you can also do that. So in case you don't want this to show like shirts only, you want to go down a little bit more like basic shirts or white t-shirt. Let's do that. Okay, so let's look for the product. Okay, basic shirt, add that in. Okay, so if I want to add this under this shirts item, I'll just drag it here, place it there. Okay, so this item would be the parent, and then this will be the child item. Okay, just save that menu. Okay, go back to your store. Okay, so as you can see, the shirts will become the parent item, and then this will be the child item. Okay, so once the store is set up, you just have to go back and then configure the footer menu. Okay, so click on footer. Okay, right now we only have search. Okay, so I want to add all the legal pages here, as well as the contact page. Okay, so these are actually legally required, so make sure to add all of them in. Okay, all right, so go to, for the legal pages you have to go to policies. Okay, add this, privacy. Okay, refund, and then terms of service. Okay, and then you want to add your contact us page. Go under page and then contact us. Okay, finally add in your shipping fee. Okay, shipping fee. Okay, just add that in. Okay, so you have everything here. You might want to shift things around, maybe put the shipping policy up there, refund policy here. Alright, so that looks okay, and then this maybe up here, and then delete the search, seems a bit redundant there. Okay, and then save the menu. Okay, so once you've done that, just go back to your store, have a look. Just refresh this, go way down, and then you'll see it appear here. Okay, so once you've done that, you're about done with your store. Okay, so you set up everything you needed to get your store up and start selling to your customers. Okay, but just to make your life a little bit easier, make things communication with your customers a bit easier, I would highly recommend you to also just take a look at your email notifications. Okay, so you want to go to settings. Okay, and then go to notifications. Okay, here is where you can take a look at how emails are sent based on actions that your customers take, actions that you take, so example, okay, so your order is confirmed. So this is where you can customize your email or even your SMS if you're using SMS. Okay, so I'll highly recommend not going for the default here. Try to add in your own some information about your business here. Of course, there's a learning curve here just to understand how this works, but for me it is definitely worth it just to at least change the text up a little bit. Okay, but even if you don't do that, it's fine. Like Shopify has you covered. This is a standard email that they will send to all their customers. I mean, it will be the standard email that your customers will get, or customers who buy from Shopify stores will get. Okay. So with this, that concludes everything you need to do to set up your store. I think you have all the information, you have everything, you have all the pages, all the features that a basic Shopify store would have. But in the case where this isn't quite enough and you find that I need some other features, like for example, if you're a bakery and you're like, actually I want to control the timing that people come and pick up things. Okay, so that's things that are not available inside Shopify natively. What you can do is go to the App Store. Okay, click on apps. Okay, so go to shop for apps. So you'll be directed to the App Store, where you can explore third-party apps that can enhance your store a bit more. Okay, so there are a lot of different apps here you can check out. You can explore them by categories or collections, depends on what you're looking for. Normally I find it useful to explore by categories. Okay, so just go by what you're looking for. Example, if you want to add some syncing to marketplaces, you can go to places to sell, online marketplaces. Let's say you want to do some discounts, giveaways. This marketing is a good place to look. So there are almost 4,000 apps here that you can explore and add to your store. But of course, one thing you need to know is that not all these apps are free. Some of them you do need to pay for them, and you need to pay for them monthly. Okay, so that's something to consider before you actually come and install like 10 different apps, and then your bill will go up like crazy, right? So with that, I conclude my series on how to set up your own Shopify store for Malaysian sellers. I believe that if you follow the steps, you'll be able to launch your store and get your e-commerce business started. If you have any questions on anything that I've shared, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Or if you have some specific questions on apps or the setup that you want to know that I haven't covered, you can also leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So starting next week, we're going to get started with something new. And I hope that is something that you will also find useful for your e-commerce store. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye.